Namaste. Very welcome, everyone, to this Saturday Satsang. I have been sharing Satsang for some time now, I feel, in terms of time, no? Like few years. No? I found myself, in a state sometimes where it feels like I don't know what we are going to talk today. No? But I never found a single day in satsang where I was not excited and full of, that sense of divinity and, like today also. I'm so full of that sense of divinity and like everything is perfect. This is that perfect thing to do. That feeling is always there in every satsang, that this is the perfect thing to do. Like there cannot be anything more important or beautiful or rewarding than this. So with that feeling, I'm just sharing with all of you that how it feels to me from my side. If I'm inviting all of you to be more open in the sense of discussion or participating more, it's not because I'm feeling something lacking in this moment, but rather it feels there's such a higher and beautiful possibility. That maybe sitting back and doing nothing may not be a very good uh, response to this satsang. Rather participating actually. And participation does not begin here from very hardcore spiritual questions that you have to ask these questions. No, we can just begin from anywhere. Let's see where we reach now. But just try to keep your sharings short so that we have enough time for every one of us as much as possible. This is the only thing I noticed. Because sometimes the sharing from your side becomes a bit too long. And I'm okay with that. But maybe others are not. In terms of time, that it takes. No? Yeah, how are you doing?
Well, thank you so much for. I can't even say for for everything.
This is the funny part of life, actually. I also noticed, like right now, also we can notice that how perfect this moment is. No? Like everything is just exactly as it should be. Like there is no complaint or there is nothing like a sense of lacking or missing or incomplete or like nothing is breaking. Everything is just well woven, like one texture, one fabric of life. No?
Yes, beloved, and it feels so much like love, like so much like love.
Yeah, it is actually.
And beloved, what you just said, very recently, it dawned on me um, that this spiritual journey that I've been doing and crying in it so much, it's such a, it should be such an exciting thing. It's a rare thing, and it's every day unfolding, and I've got so much blessings of having the right master in my life available, and every day is an it's fresh and new, and the whole space is available to explore. So I was wondering where all this crying comes from then. Um, in terms of the spiritual journey, I realized that they all come from the same source, the same thing. It comes from the ambition of achievement, of whether it's of that life or this life, all of that. Otherwise, it's a whole world to explore in itself, and it has to be exciting.
It is actually. It is actually.
And of course, that the habit of crying comes again. That why did I waste so much time crying? But still,
I sometimes feel that as if we were with Osho and we did not learn anything from him.
yes,
Osho gave a very specific course for it called Mystic Rose, because he says that all of us are having that trauma in the soul. Everyone. Everyone has suppressed the laughing and the crying. No? So it has to be expressed before we become empty of it, so that it doesn't interfere, so that we can actually start connecting to who we are and start living from there. So this Mystic Rose has three parts for of 3 weeks. 1 week laughing, first week, no? Second week crying. Like trying our best to be in a group where we do everything to feel like crying, and so that it kind of, get exhausted in a way. Then last week, silent, only silent, whole day silent, silent, silent. And then afterward, what you are saying will happen. That, hey, I'm back to life now. That excitement. Oh, before what is happening is somehow excitement, and then, oh, crying get mixed with it. Oh, you know, like we could appreciate uh, the life as it is, but we add something to it immediately from ourselves. Like we have something inside us, like emotional content. We just mix it with the experience, and we never actually experience life as it actually is. No? Only when we are empty of this emotional content, which is which is where we want to. We are kind of we have suppressed the laughing and the crying. No? It's just about cleaning it up in a way, letting it go out, because it is just old stuff, absolutely useless for now, for the fresh life, or it is not letting us feel the freshness of life also. I think it's a very good thing that you have seen, like today. Like what is this going on? Why I have been crying? Like it's okay to cry. There's nothing wrong in crying itself. But mixing crying for with such a auspicious thing called satsang and discovery of truth and living of truth is such a wastage of our time. This could be done separately, no? Like a separate project, no? Meaning not project, but on the side, like parallelly.
and beloved, even though I am saying this, and I am also seeing the mix-up is still there to some extent. It's not like it's all clean inside that now I can rejoice and just I can see that the remnant still wanting to mix and will mix maybe. Uh, so I wanted to bring it in front of you. So whatever remains, if it can be done, if I can just learn how to help its cleaning fast.
Yeah, sure, sure. I'll share what I have experienced in my life so far, or what I know now from the present position. I found that this is again something which I like. Osho has been like somebody I have been holding my hand, holding his hand in a way from my spiritual childhood, and literally physical childhood also. No? So I learned things very directly in a way. Directly means like directly from the being, not through that person called Osho. No? One of the things was that many things will stir up, many experiences will happen. And if you keep giving value to every experience, it's going to be a never-ending journey. And the focus will get diluted also. So learn to let things come and let them go. Create some outlet, like a systematic approach towards it, so that they just keep going without interfering so much with you. So what I feel is that I found myself sitting in many different kind of meditation practices in different places also. No? And different people are sitting, and I found myself quite stable actually. Like my body was not moving when energy was passing through me, no? Because I felt like it doesn't need to. It takes only this much clarity inside us that my body doesn't need to move for the energy to pass through my body. It is just a identification or a misunderstanding we have inside that my body should move, or we have learned, you can say in a way, we have collected incorrect information on the spirituality also. That this is Kundalini energy, so it has to move like this. So my body has to move like this. I have to cooperate with it. No, mostly these things are not true. Kundalini is life energy. Life energy means everything, everywhere. No, it's not about what energy it is. It is about the intensity of it. No, so how much intensity of that energy we can let pass through us depends on how stable we are during this time. No? So this is the key I have learned. That the more stable I can be, not frozen, because if frozen, that will remain dormant. That will not go out. Stability and frozenness are not the same thing. And this we learned so well actually in meditation also. Because meditation is also not frozen, but stable, like not moving. While letting things move, letting energies move, but we don't move. No? So this is the key. If you let yourself be more stable in yourself, in your being, like a choice that I'm not going to flow with the energy as it is flowing, your body will follow you, not your body will not follow energies. Body will follow you. And body will become stable also. Body will not shake or move. No such thing. It will just remain normal. And yet you will feel so much strong energies are passing through you. This is, for example, something. Because there are many times when these energies open up and they want to just go out. But based on our past experiences, we feel, oh, even little bit of energy that time moving and my body moved so much. And if this is so much energy moving, then how much my body will move? I cannot allow this. So we suppress it unknowingly mostly. But if we can learn the key, like a art of letting the energy flow while our body and mind can be still stable in what we are doing, practical life and everything, so quickly these things can be released. No? I mean, I am giving you some key, fundamental key for those who want to finish everything now. Those who want to go gently is also fine, no? Through some processes, no? It is also fine. Remaining in the present is a very wonderful key. Remaining in the present means keeping our focus on what we are doing. Helps so much in so many things, including in this also. It helps, it has its own benefit in different other areas of our spiritual growth. But in this also, if we keep our focus on what we are doing, even if energy comes and rises and goes, we will not be affected by it. We will remain still stable. No? You see what I'm saying? But that energy has to go out. Why this energy has to go out? Can we think about it just for a moment? Because you, the being, is not really a fixed container of fixed things. You, the being, is containing what you liked it to contain in the past. And if these things are still contained within you, it means that knowingly or unknowingly, you are still liking them to contain. You want them to contain, no? And as soon as you will become conscious that I don't want to contain them, they will go out of your system or not. So they will for sure go out of your system as soon as you become conscious that I don't want to contain them. So we are saying that what can be a more systematic or, way to let them go out without being affected by them. Because these are like intimate feelings in a way. Like you were crying that time. You were feeling like this that time. So they are very strong. If you touch them, they are so strong. You know. But if you don't touch them, like learning to walk, move, do things in life without touching any feeling that happens inside me. Directly living from the energy of the being more and more, no? Which is the fresh energy, pure energy, which is not this energy from this old unconscious or egoic energy, no? Also, so does it help?
Beloved, it really helps. And even now, as you were talking to me and I was listening, I tried to hear it and live that in the moment also. And I can see
Yeah,
that if I remain with myself and in the present moment, and these will come and these will have its effect on the body also and try to pull me also. But if I stay here,
yeah,
they can do their act, and wherever they have to go, they can go.
yeah.
Yeah.
In this world full of persons, no, there are so many takers for these energies, no. They will be very happy for your donation, no, for your contribution. Thanks, Divya. We are greatly we are thankful for this contribution because there was a little kind of something missing in me which you have given. Mm, I feel that this saying by uh, Abu Talib, a Russian writer, no, I read one book, no, in which he says that if you fire bullets on your past, the future is going to, bombard you through a cannon, no, like this. So whatever we have inside us is our past. Let's not criticize it. Let us be even grateful for this also. That okay, this is how it was. Not that I'm interested in it now, but that's all. End of a story. Let's not create a new relation with it by hating it, by criticizing it. You, the pure being, does not really have an attitude towards anything, including the past. But what you are saying is very important that even in satsang we can listen. Like, and I was talking and you saying that I was listening. Even in satsang, listening can be a very powerful thing also. Like all the thoughts and feelings, whatever is coming and going, we let that come and go and we just listen. Listen means like listen and talk also when we want, but we get involved with something very fresh and in the moment, exploration of truth, and we ignore all the feelings and thoughts. That time what will happen is that we will get disidentified from what we call ego. And we will get identified or settled in what we call being, the truth that we are. It's a very powerful thing to be settled, to be, established in the truth even for a few moments. And then listening from there is so much more powerful. Like you will start understanding so many things so quickly, you know. Like even if you won't be able to explain later on what they were, but you will know that I'm very free now than before. Like you will lose the value for these thoughts and feelings, and like some very stable life will come out of you now. Very stable life. So it is also very valuable, what you are saying here.
Yes, beloved. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rajee, you are a blessing, and I still feel that I need your blessing.
It is the blessing of my Lord, no, which is being shared through this body, no. Let us benefit. This is the blessing and prasad of my Guru, no, being shared through this body also. So let's just take as much as we want or can, no. Yeah, it's nothing personal. It's nobody owns it. It's ours. And if it belongs to anyone, it belongs to Him, the Lord. It doesn't come from an individual. No? So let's have this kind of attitude. Thank you.
Thank you.
I remember, no, I remember you now. In a moment, when you were saying that, oh, and there was so much crying, I have been crying. I remembered suddenly that, oh, in the ashram you used to meditate, because I also used to meditate silently. You used to, I used to see, oh, very nice meditator. No, I did not know that you were crying. No?
But I found that I felt that God was giving me a natural mystic rose, because most of the time I would find myself crying and not even understanding why I'm crying. But just it all coming out automatically. But it takes so much longer this way.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
I understand that. On a lighter note, I just wonder that your mystic rose was going, let's say, and you were in the laughing phase that time. And what about your partner? No? Partner. Your partner maybe was going through a crying phase that time. Natural, mystic rose. And then that incompatibility. You know what I mean? Natural is good, but natural necessarily always not fastest, because natural always does not mean conscious also. The same thing we can do consciously much faster also, or we can let it happen at a very slow speed. One day it will finish. No? But if we are in a hurry, then we can consciously finish also very fast. Very good. Thank you. Thank you. Asta, you want to talk?
Namaste, Raju.
Namaste.
Um, since you said that we could ask non-spiritual questions also, so I thought, let me take this opportunity.
Did I say that?
I mean, not always spiritual, but something I thought I'll bring forward to you, and maybe you can help me here, that I always feel very divided. I really, like, I feel that, okay, I want to follow the spiritual path, get in it completely, and I get divided with that, the marketplace, the materialistic world. And many times to my mind, I keep saying, hey, all the sages, they used to go to Himalayas away from the marketplace. That's how, they kind of really, went in depth. And this just keeps coming in my head that, okay, I want to give more time, but I am only caught up in my head that I only made these two things in life. The material maybe is, or the marketplace is keeping me so caught. And by the time when I sit for meditation, I'm trying to remove the everyday, experiences and the energies we interact, when we interact with so many people. So I just feel that, okay, I should take a pause, invest myself 100% here, and maybe then come back later to the marketplace. I just think maybe I'm not able to decide that for myself, and I just feel like split in this thinking. So I thought I'll just share this with you.
So are you asking me to say something about it, or you have a specific question?
Yeah, this dividedness in my head, how do I solve for it? It's
Meaning it is a problem for you, are you saying?
Yes, it's divided. I'm like divided. Like on one side, I want to just
No,
pursue
divided
it
is okay.
completely.
There are many people, like most actually, divided, but they don't. It is not a problem for them. No? Like it's normal. It's like this is how it is supposed to be. Like I saw in one video that somebody was saying that I was supposed to reach here, to friends bed, birthday party at 10 o'clock, and I reached like 11:30. But that's how it is, you know. And the viewers were also like, yeah, there were comments and everything. So normal life is like this, no? Do you have a problem with it? I'm just trying to be clear before I respond.
Yeah, I feel that it's a problem because it's my decision and I'm not able to take it. If I want to be 100% in spiritual path, I can kind of leave the marketplace and just be here. But I get scared of what if what happens then. It's
I
I don't know
understood.
how to get out of it. Like, like, okay, let me pursue completely, like you were saying, Mystic Rose. I know it's 3 weeks. I'm like, okay, I want to do it. I'm not able to do it because how do I take out time for this? So I just feel that maybe once I've, immersed myself completely, then come back. But I just feel scared to take that decision.
You are right, actually, that in the spiritual direction, um, dividedness is not good. It is harmful for sure. Like it has so many disadvantages that we cannot imagine right now. So your understanding, I feel, is very good actually, and it is this feelings right now when we are divided. That time the feelings that I will have to leave the marketplace for meditation, or I have to leave the meditation for marketplace. These are misunderstandings only. Meditation is not something which we do really, although we practice it through doings. But where we reach is not that we are doing something there when we are sitting in the being. No. We learn to taste who we are, the being, meditation. No? We learn to continue tasting that also in a way, like what is in the way when I want to continue tasting my being, what is in the way. And that way, what is in the way is removed also, which is a misunderstanding. No? So then when we are meditating, and after that, when we are in the marketplace, means doing the things in the practical life, we are the same being actually, and we still remember that taste of being. And we can taste that being anytime we want when we are doing practical life activity also, for a few seconds. No? It's like this. Uh, you were, let's say, very simple example is that you were waiting for your beloved to write you something, and you got a letter from your beloved. And you got the letter when you were just leaving your house for office. So you did not get chance to read it. No? Then you will go to office, and immediately in the office you are so busy. But one thread of your consciousness will always be attached to it, like I want to read. And as soon as you get chance, you will read it. Even if between the two meetings, like you get 2 minutes, you will know that I cannot read the whole, but still little bit, you will read. Oh, I know. And then you will put it back in your pocket or somewhere, and then again, in the similar way, when we develop a lot of interest for the truth that we are, it works like a thread going on continuously inside. Whenever we feel interest, we just sit for one moment, 2 moments, and we are able to taste that beingness, that joyful perfection that we are also. So there is a misunderstanding that when we are divided right now, then it is perfect. If we have to come to that undividedness, it means we have to give up one thing. We don't have to give up anything. Right now we are in the give up state when we are divided. Right now we are not living any of it. Even if we can live the practical life well, we can see what it is and what it is not, what it is giving and what it is not. No? Like for example, those customers of any products who know clearly what this product gives me and what it doesn't, and also what I need and what I don't, cannot be sold anything. They will buy only what they want to buy. And most of us are a very good customer for salesman of anything. Why? Because we are confused. But confusion is same thing as dividedness or not? So there is no actual dividedness, there is only confusion. No? If we can remove the confusion, the central confusion. But what has happened is that the lot of like a collection of lot of confusions together has been put together when we are living as a person. And it has become like our central theme of being, no? Which is accepted by everyone else also, like, yeah, that's how we are. No? But in the spirituality, we need to have a central, wisdom and outlook towards everything. A central outlook towards everything, not like outward, like practical life versus a spiritual life. Not like this. No, one look towards both lives. That's what I. This is what is stability. One outlook towards both lives. No, because I am the same one who is doing practical life activity. I am the same one who is doing spiritual life activity, isn't it? So, have I inspired you to understand this? And then, if yes, then we can look deeply right now also.
Yes, Rajee, I definitely understand what you're saying. It's one. It's one. I have only divided it. If I operate from a central, stable place, it's one only.
So what I can say more now is that it is a model. Dividedness or undividedness are two different models in which we can live life. It's not about what we are divided between. It's not that. Let's not talk about spiritual work at all right now. Let's only say look at practical life. Somebody divided in practical life or somebody not divided in less divided in practical life. How it is. No? I have myself lived a practical life a lot, no? So what is found is that let's say you are in practical life, you have your work projects, one or more projects, let's say, then personal life, individual life project or active task and everything. And as if we continue thinking about all of them all the time. That's such an inefficient way of thinking, no? And we just don't notice that it's a very inefficient way of thinking. No? So this is called dividedness. As simple as this. This inefficient way is called dividedness. Efficient way. That no, right now when I'm thinking about practical life, or office work, let me focus on that. So that I have all the stakeholders, components and the context right. And I don't mix my personal or individual family or anything needs here. No? Like when you are deciding that how much salary is enough for you for the work hours that are being asked for, you are adding that what I'm going to do with this salary. Don't do that. That's not a good mix. No, it's not a good mix that what I'm going to do with this salary. You know what I mean? It's not a good mix. No, like that. So it's just about cleaning up. It's just about resolving more. In Hindi we call suljha hua hona. You know, sulajna. Like we have got, like the threads have got intermingled too much, trying to bring them to more naturally balanced state. The threads of thoughts have got intermingled too much. No? Now we are trying to bring them to more natural state. The more natural state of mind, the more wise also mind is. No? And surprisingly, the less personal it is also, less egoic also it is. Why I'm interested in it. Because it is less egoic. The more resolved mind, the less egoic it is. The more neutral it is. Like it cares about your life also, but it cares about others' life also. Other stakeholders also, equally in a way. Like this. So these are two different models, divided and undivided. Divided is what we can call personal. Less divided is moving towards the individual from person. No? More stable, centered, central. You are from Osho background, I think, no? So you can understand this was Osho's work. He wanted us to be an individual who is looking from inside out, not who is understanding everything from outside and others. No? So that central thing is what is more, less and less divided, more and more undivided in a way. And this is so much in service to the truth and to awakening. Try to understand. We all are like a tree which has come out of the same ground of Supreme Being. Life is from inside to outside. Never really from outside to inside. Our restlessness, incompatibilities, confusions and everything is because we are trying to live life from outside to inside. No? Like trying to affect or maintain what seems to be the, you know, right thing as per outside. No? Not that outside is useless or not that we should not maintain a good relationship with others. No, that all is also part of life. No? But the fundamental decisions really come intuitively from inside, not from outside. No? Like the longing, the desire. What exactly I want to do. No? Like what is happiness? Fulfilling that intuitive longing, no? Which comes from inside. No? That is happiness of life. And we have acquired everything based on the outside. That, okay, this is best to acquire, and yet we are not happy. You know what I mean? So, being less divided is a much simpler thing than we think. It is what is difficult is to attempt it. That is difficult because we are set in the ways. Then it is difficult to attempt that. Is it? So we can attempt small things in small things. No, like in small things, let us try to be as undivided as we can. No, let us not practice in the practical office work so much right now. No, because that there we can have a mixed match of two models where our habit is to do things in the divided manner and we will try to be undivided. No? Like one, beautiful being once said, shared his, who is a realized being, no? He shared one, his journey, once that my father had a, this fabric shop, no? Fabrics, they used to sell fabrics, no? And he asked me to assist him, and I was practicing Vipassana that time. He was laughing. No? So when customer comes, okay, show me this fabric, and I will move slowly, go there. And my father and the customer both are looking at me. What are you doing? And slowly I will take out that bunch and show him. And then my father said, please go back. I don't want you in my shop. So this could be like a mixed match a lot in the beginning. That's why practicing on some things which are not really directly related to others or like this, no, will be a good idea. Like right now, you are talking to me. It's a thing that you are doing, no? The same you who is finding itself to be divided and wanting to be undivided. You can practice this right now. Because I don't mind you being divided anyway. No, for so long we are working talking to each other. No? Why would I want you to be undivided now? No. So this is a very perfect place to practice being undivided right now. To see what it is, what it takes, and what are the fears and concerns, and why I'm not succeeding, and how I can succeed. No. So right now, focus only on the topic of being divided or undivided, and not on the actual data of it from the practical life, for example, or anything else. And you will start getting the taste of what are the challenges here. It's a habit, it's your habit. You will feel like, hey, this is very suffocating. I have to focus on this only. I'm not free to think about everything right now. No, you are free to think, but you are choosing not to think. Do you see the difference? You are choosing your freedom to become more free now from the apparent freedom of the egoic way of thinking, which is imprisonment only. And beloved, this is your true freedom. To remain where you want to remain, to do what you want to do, and not do what you don't want to do also. This is your true freedom of the being. No? So this undividedness brings you to true freedom actually. But it goes through that sense of suffocation sometimes that, oh, I am so bound, I have to just focus on these things. We are just walking through it, that is it really a problem? Is it something bad? It is so useful. And in the practical life, it is so useful. Those who are able to focus on what they are doing are called the best workers, no, in life. Everybody likes them. Every company likes them. So there also we are so successful in this manner. No? So are you able to taste this undividedness right now, or able to see what it will take and what are the challenges?
Thank you, Rajee. Actually, it was like, it was almost like you were reading my, what I'm thinking, and you actually brought that thing uh, that I feel suffocated focusing, and then I have to choose, the mind. You actually brought it in front of me. So thank you. I got that very second you mentioned.
Thank you. That's very good. Because we are living in a certain habit of thinking in a certain way, but that habit mostly includes dividedness. And then leaving that habit for undividedness looks like it's too much of a compromise. Like I'm going to lose my way of living, way of thinking. It feels like this initially, which is okay. For a person, these things are not, I'm not sharing these things for a person. I'm sharing these things for you who want to go beyond being a person now. It is not that you have to change anything really. It is just that you have to claim your freedom of the being, to do what you want to do and not do what you don't want to do. This is the thing. This is the whole thing. That's why unless you are undivided in doing what you want to do in the moment, in the spiritual context, you cannot really claim your freedom of who you are. No? Even if you discover who you are. You know what I mean? That's why we are not able to stay in the truth of who we are. There is nobody else taking us out of it. No? It is our unconscious habit. Unconscious means we are not conscious of that habit. So we are good, no? Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rajee.
I'm just trying to share, as you said, something which is not so directly connected to spiritual awakening, but it is actually very connected. It is not connected to spiritual awakening, it is connected to you who want to wake up, no? That's why it is connected to spiritual awakening, no? Also. Try to understand one more thing, Astha, in this, in the last, what I want to say here in the end is that try to understand the suffering part of it. Dividedness does not cause suffering. Being divided when you don't want to be divided is what is causing suffering. So basically the imprisonment into any pattern of being is what causes suffering. As long as we feel that I want to be divided and I am divided, we are happy, no? Or I want to be less divided and I am less divided, also we are happy, no? So whenever you, the being, starts becoming more self-conscious, and you feel that I'm kind of imprisoned in something, you feel unhappy. And you, the being, has to bring out your strength of the being and claim it that I am the being. Nothing is more strong than me, no? Like this. And starting with the small activities, and you will understand. Like you need to understand the mechanism. It's not about bombarding something on this habit and then being free from it. It's just understanding how it works. Thank you. Thank you.
Namaste ji. Ji, I just want to come in front of you because I feel I want to more involve more participant in satsang, not sitting back. So, yes, ji.
You are right. It is very good. There is no better meditation hall than satsang place, really, where we are, where we are having satsang. But the satsang place is not really the best place for meditation. Also, I say like this. You can get so much more from here, than just meditating. No? By participating, we can get so much more. Because in the meditation, what exactly we get? We just get a glimpse of who we are, taste of who we are, the being. We remain as the being without doing anything for a moment. No? But we are not able to stay here. No? But and which is not a bad thing, which is a nice thing, tasting ourselves. But also, if we can resolve our mind more and more through discussions, we will be able to stay here in the being more and more. No? Yeah. So go ahead, please tell me how can I help you, what we can discuss.
Ji, I need help for staying more in satsang, more stable and more undivided. Only just satsang, only just satsang, not moving here and there. So that for that I need your help to be here.
And what is, seems to be in the way of it, like what is not letting you be in satsang? Have you become clear about it?
You see, I notice like I am not happy with myself. That is coming in the way.
That comes in the way. That's kind of default. Everybody is not happy with themselves. Generally, that's why we come to satsang. Generally, not everyone, but generally. No? So, but why it should come in the way? Meaning, you remain lost in the thoughts that I'm not happy. That's why you are not able to listen in satsang, connect in satsang, and participate in satsang. Are you saying like this?
Yes, ji. I'm remaining that thought I am not doing well. That thought is continue, is moving. So that is not, I'm not coming out is this thought. That's why I'm not connecting fully in this, not participating fully. So I thought this is the good opportunity to talk to you. Then I can be more come in sync with you.
You are talking to me already is a very good start, I feel, because all it takes actually to become free from anything is that we become aware of it first, in such a way, like from a calm place, no? Mostly we become aware of anything so that we can change it, remove it, or hold on to it, no? Get rid of it, let go of it, Like we want to do something with what we are aware of always, which is not a pure awareness or calm awareness, stable awareness. So you can become more stably aware of what is happening right now. This is the first step towards stability. Like as if we are rejecting the fact that we are not stable. Allow yourself to accept the fact right now that yes, I am not stable. And the moment you accept it, the change begins. No? Because you are that being which is naturally, like try to understand the being part, what we are. The being is like a offspring, or how to say, something which has come out of that still unchanging self. No? Being means that individual being that we are has kind of come out of it in a way. We don't go in the detailing of it, that what it is, how it happens internally. And that's why it is carrying that inbuilt, it inherits that stability. That's why it is unhappy when it is not stable. As soon as you become aware that you are not stable, you will start becoming stable. As long as you keep blaming your mind for not being stable, you will believe that I am stable, my mind is not stable. No, your mind is neither stable nor not stable. It is a process. It's a fixed process. As a whole, it is a fixed process. In details, it has many variety of patterns and seasons and, Sometime high tide, sometime low tide, many things are happening. No? But you, the user, can be stable or unstable towards it. So this is the beginning, I feel. No? So are you, the user, stable or unstable? Be clear about this part and change will begin right this moment. And I'm not saying that when you discover that I'm unstable user of my mind, that you should desire to be stable. No, you choose as you want to be. You will be happy when you will do or be as you want to be. No? That is happiness. Joy means what you do or how you be as you want to be. No? That's happiness. No? You want to be unstable and you are unstable, happy. You want to be stable and you are stable, happy. You want to be stable but you are unstable, unhappy. Like this.
In your light, things is very simple and very easy to understand. And when we are not come in front of you, that time we feel, oh, I'm not stable, I should be stable. So that fighting start going on. But in your light is simply like, okay, I'm not stable, then okay, I'm like that. Thank you so much.
No, don't believe my words. Try to analyze yourself right now and try to confirm that yes, I am clear about what I am discussing. Your stability right now will be to see to see as clearly as you can what you are discussing right now. Then it will be taken by you in your being, in your heart. And your stability will be also when you talk to me next time about it, that you remember what we were discussing. Do you see what I'm saying? So don't be in a hurry again that, oh, everything is clear to me. As if you, the being, is suffering from a sense of imprisonment. And as soon as in satsang, through discussion also, you get unhooked from that imprisonment and you start feeling the joy of being, you feel that job is done. Maybe not. If job is done like this, maybe you will get back into that imprisonment again. So I'm saying don't be in a hurry. Don't thank me too early. Let us finish a little bit more. No? Because what you are saying, yes, understood, that this thought process goes on one after another, then I'm imprisoned into it. No, why exactly you are imprisoned into it, you should see this right now. Not that time when you are imprisoned. Because that time is very difficult. Right now you should understand how I get imprisoned. Like we start suffering from identification with the mind or imprisonment in the mind, and we don't find any way out of it also. So this is the chance right now to understand deeply. Like preparing for that which may happen or which does happen normally. No?
See, it is a very like a strong loop, like not even find a way to come out of this. Like, no, I'm not stable, I have to stable. How can I, like, this kind of loop continue? And that much, like, that forgot to, I am just seeing this. Still I am able to see this is the loop is going on, but that time is very difficult to see, like I am seeing this loop and I thought I am this only. So
Yeah, this
is
particular thing that you are talking about, no, this is what is identification.
yes.
Okay, this is what is called identification. We have heard this word so many times. but maybe we have not practically seen it happening inside us. This is what is identification. You know, when you, the soul, you, the being, forgets that you are separate from what you are looking at. No. What is the solution for it? I hope you are clear, you understand that I am trying to help you so that you can really take something concrete and stable from here, which survives and which helps you later. No?
I see. I want to take something for like because it's coming again and again. So
Yeah, so
yes.
what will help you? What do you think? Because this is the description of the problem, that this is the problem. What is the solution? Actually, this should be your question, no?
The solution, I don't know. I am just bringing this question in your light, so I want to
So that's
look
okay.
with you.
That's okay. Let me share something, and you give me feedback also later if it has been understood or if you feel it is clear for you or useful for you. One thing that will help here, when we are identified oftentimes in the day, what will help best will be to live in our unidentified state of being. Okay? So trying to live in our unidentified state of being, or what we call true state of being. So trying to live in our true state of being will help a lot here, because it will create that inner environment, or it will leave that impression in the soul, in the mind also, that this is my default state. No? Then as soon as we get identified, it will be noticed by us that, hey, I got identified. No, like much sooner it will be noticed by us. And also, by living our pure state of being, unidentified state of being, our true wisdom starts waking up. In our true truth, from our true wisdom, we are actually much quickly able to see that what works for us, what will work for us, how I can be free from it. Like, or we are able to notice more easily, quickly, that actually I am able to see it. What is the problem? Like, we don't get too deep in that illusion caused by identification. We remain like just less affected, much less affected by it also. So this is the most important thing, living the purity of our own being, unidentified state of our own being, as much as we can, in the whole day, as much as we can, no? Whenever we have time. What I call meditation is nothing but, core meditation is nothing but living in the unidentified state of being, no? Pure state of being, true state of being. Like, it is an approach. Slowly we understand how to withdraw. Like, it has a kind of a steps in a way from every direction, wherever, in whatever state of being we are, state of mind we are. Like, whatever is the way of identification, meditation is a way to get identified from it and come back to our natural state. This is what is meditation. So this is one thing that will help. No? Is this understood or appreciated in you, or you feel no, it's not going to help?
Gee, I feel like when I identify, then that time if I have to more say loudly this, like loudly means inside loudly, like no, I I seen it is I identified this. This is that in identified space. So because sometimes I see then what and not see properly or not like I need to put more effort to uh, more aware of this. Not like okay, it is going on like.
I understand that, but I'm not able to connect this with what I said just now. Can you connect the dots so that I understand.
So, Ji, I need to be more aware of this, like I am identify with this thing.
No, I have not come to that part yet. Right now, I am saying part one of my answer or for the solution of this problem called identification is that live in the unidentified state of your being more often, meaning more time, time duration. This is all I said, no? Is this, again I ask you, is this understood well and appreciated? Because mostly we will feel inside, no, I don't think it is going to help me. Please understand, please accept also that it's okay. This is how it will feel inside us that no, I don't think this is going to help me. Let me wait for the next part of the answer. And I'm just holding back here because this is the most important part of the answer.
Yes, it is more important to live in this unidentified space most of the time. So,
Because if you
well,
do that, most of the problem connected to being identified and not being free from it will not arise in the first place. This is the thing. In the first place, these problems will not arise. So we will not need a solution for them. Those situations we will not find ourselves in. So this is one part, okay? Now part two. Part two is that when we are identified, and I'm not talking about when we are identified in general and when we have never tasted our being. No, that time different things will work. We are talking about a scenario where you have started tasting your being, and that's why you feel suffocated much more now when you get identified again. No? So in this particular situation, what one can do? No? We are talking about this. Here you need to develop some keys inside your being, inside your heart. Like you have to plant some seeds here, which can help you coming back home. So those seeds, those keys, you need to remember that okay, when this happens, then best course of action is to do this, like this. Like one key that I have been trying to share is that when we get identified and we feel we start suffering from it, the best thing is to do for some time is to not do anything. This not doing anything is the actual not doing anything. It's not like being in the true state of being. It is not being in the unidentified state of being. No, it is being in the identified state but not doing anything about it. This is one of the most powerful key that can be understood. That let me see by not doing anything right now when I'm identified and not happy with it. What happens? At first it may look like nothing happens. I remain identified and unhappy about it. No, very soon you will see the change. The hypnosis breaks. This is the thing. Whenever we stop, the identification breaks. This is the thing. Try right now. Any one of you feeling identified with your mind, do this right now. Stop. Do not do anything about it and see what happens. Be very watchful, very alert to observe what happens. Do I remain identified or it breaks? This is one of the most fundamental keys shared by the great beings who have happened before us. I'm just trying to relive it in a way or bring it to life in a way more. No? What it means is that even when we are identified helplessly, even then we are doing something to cooperate with it, to keep it alive, to give it life. If we stop giving life to it, if we stop cooperating with it, it will collapse. This is the key. Try that right now, everyone. You are welcome. And let us not believe that I am not identified. So be very aware of the identification but do not do anything about it. Not being aware in that sense of okay, what it is and what it is not, just being aware of the taste of identification. Identification here means that we are caught up in the mind. No? We are the being, but we are caught up in the mind as if I am in the mind, as if I am imprisoned in the mind, as if we are trying to get out of it. However, we are never in the mind. We are all the time out of mind. The reason is that because mind is inside us, mind is happening inside us. We are not happening in the mind. We are looking at mind. We are not happening in the mind. No? So this detailing being lived by us, but we are not doing anything else. So being aware of the identification but without moving. And not doing anything or not moving at all to break the hypnosis or the identification also. Right now, this is the key. And the hypnosis breaks by itself. The identification breaks by itself. As the identification is breaking from the gross levels to more, coming to more subtle level, the subtle level is being highlighted now. That still I am doing something with what is happening inside me. And as we are becoming aware of it, within the decision of not doing anything, we will stop doing that thing also now. And this, within this guiding, we are becoming more and more sensitive, more and more present, more and more conscious or aware of our involvement, our engagement with what is happening inside. And what we are doing with what is happening inside us is not directly doing something with the energy. We are doing something through the mind. That through the mind is the identification. The less we do anything with what is happening inside us through the mind, the less we are identified. If we are not doing anything with what is happening inside us through the mind, we are not identified at all. So it's not about what is happening inside us, whether we should do anything with it or not. It's about not doing anything through the mind. Mind, working through the mind is identification. Doing things through the mind is identification. Identified as a thought construct or thought identity, which requires to do everything through the thinking, through the thought. No, directly staying as the being right now, without the dependency or activity or involvement with the thought. No. So freedom from identification is freedom from mind. Freedom from involvement with the mind. Involvement through the mind also. Now mind is there as one energy process. Feelings are there, heart and other processes are as a whole happening also. Now mind is inside us. We are not inside the mind right now. When mind is inside us and we are not inside the mind, this is what is disidentified state of being. We are in our true state of being right now, where we become aware, we have become aware that mind is inside me. It's a process happening inside me continuously, which is maintaining the physical body and a lot of other data, no, about my life. It is continuously maintaining it. Maintaining means like maintenance is going on, and that's okay. But right now I'm in that joyful beingness in which this mind process happens. So this is our unidentified state of being. Through this simple key of not doing anything, not moving. Like it has to be practiced in a very acute manner internally, not externally, but only internally. No, acute, like really making sure to not move. Not that okay, I will try to not move. No, no, no. This trying to not move will not work here. Don't practice this if you have this attitude right now to try this. This is not a trying exercise. Either do it or don't do it. It's like either go for it fully or don't go for it. Because this trying to not do anything is going to create a hell in you unnecessarily struggle, no? There is no point in that. All of the spiritual effort and growth and coming home is very joyful thing. Out of misunderstandings, we have created a lot of struggle in everything. It is understanding for the being that you are. Even when you are identified, please listen. You will be very happy to listen this, that even when you are identified, you are still a being. Do you see? You are still the being. It's just about if you can listen what I'm saying. That okay, I will not do anything. To see what happens with my identification, with my sense that I'm imprisoned in the mind. What happens really? And you will be surprised. When you, the being, does not do anything like right now, when you, the being, stops absolutely doing anything about identification or anything else, you start experiencing yourself naturally, without effort, without doing anything. And the true light of your being start, surfacing, revealing itself like it is revealing right now. That is the true light in which everything is seen as it is. That is the true wisdom also, from where we see everything as it actually is. Now it will be much easier for you to understand what is identification. While you will be out of identification also. So this is that key. Thank you for joining this guiding. But this is for a very specific state of being. No? And it will appeal to you if it is for you. No? And it will work for you also. So this is the second part of my answer. The solution, no? That you are going through, you are seeking. That implant some keys which get activated for you that time. Like if you understand what I mean, like we have normally time-bound alarms. Let us imagine that if we have alarm which are based on other conditions, not time. Because time is after all a condition for the alarm to meet. No? When the condition called at 10 o'clock will meet, the alarm will ring, meaning will get activated. We can create something inside us also, like an alarm for certain conditions, that whenever I sense that, oh, I'm slipping into the identification, that time this alarm will ring and will remind me what to do now. You see what I'm saying? We can develop, we can implant or add these alarms inside us also. So these are all important things for the seekers, for like this. So we are good then now, no?
Yes, Ji. It is so good to experience this, living this. And the key also you give to keep remember.
Oh,
Yes.
good, good.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. And Anna, you want to talk?
Namaste, Rajee.
Namaste.
Again, perfectly in sync, this whole satsang. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful to all the participants also for bringing up what they were bringing up. I have been last 2 weeks in this alarm state where I was observing or what kind of feelings the alarm was coming up, and then I would not do the things which I would normally do to go into the conditioning. So it was a tough time, but it has brought something up for which I would need to use a Christian analogy, if I can.
Yeah.
In Christianity, we go to these confessions, and as kids we had to go to confessions because, it was like before Sunday you would have to go to confession so that you can take the thing. And I remember how sometimes as kids we would even say to each other hey, what are you going to confess? Because so that we could so that we would not confess the bad stuff, because we liked actually this bad stuff and to continue sinning, to continue to have almost I'm gonna tell you some stupid little things so that I can keep the stuff that I keep doing, and this is where I found myself in front of this mirror these last 2 weeks, because I was even questioning my honesty and my discernment of being here with you or with Guruji or on this path, because it's it feels not as if I'm suppressing some bad feelings. It feels like I'm suppressing the true self, because I choose the sin. I choose the thing for which I go, so that I would not be in the self or in presence. And then what I could see is not that the sin is so beautiful and so important, or whatever we do to get out or to identify with, because it's offering something super special. It is more that and now again, Christian analogy, I like beating myself up for it. I like to, it's this again you lost it, or again you fell for something. It's like it's almost like I can feel how much I'm identified with this one who is beating myself up, because it is, like you just said, it is actually so easy. It's just a choice. So I'm just bringing it up in front of you today because I don't want to confess that I was stealing chewing gums in the shop. Thank you. And yes, I have to leave a little bit early today. I apologize. I have to work.
Uh, I feel that what we have discussed today, like with the Prachi also, and we have lived this guiding also. During this time, two things were highlighted as a solution. One is the living the purity of our own being, unconditionally living the purity of our own being, unconditionally, not with the condition that, oh, because I fall in the identification more, that I don't deserve to live with the purity of my being, or I should not. This is again going to be a misunderstanding. So, unconditionally choosing to live the purity of our own being as a solution. That yes, true, I fall in the identification again and again, but also true that I see the importance of living in the unidentified state of my being also. This is going to change our taste somehow, and we will fall in love with truth. So much so that we will not give up egoic way because we are suffering in it. When the pain or disturbances happen, we will give up the egoic way because we will even start suffering the joyful times in the ego state. They will look like sufferings to us that time also. Like there will be nothing left in the ego state to offer to us. This is what it means that we develop taste for who we are, the truth. Like discovering and living the unidentified state of our own being basically is discovering the freedom. The freedom element is very important part of being that we are truly. Freedom basically is a sense or a experience of not being bound to anything, which is slowly going to bring us home absolutely to who we are, to that timeless being. We are not even bound to the time. And that sense of freedom is going to become our sensitivity when we will fall in the trap of ego again. And even when there will be, lot of pleasure or joyful thing there will be that element of imprisonment also. Like the freedom has been compromised. It will be felt by us, by that sensitivity, which we have developed when we are living the unidentified state for some time every day. And it will become like useless for us in a way, like something which was very sweet becomes bitter now, like that. And then we will not feel interest in it. It is just that in comparison to what our taste of our own being is offering us, in comparison to that, ego still is able to offer something better than that to us. No? It's just about that. When it is not able to offer us something better than that, we are done with the ego. No? And we don't get done with the ego in this way, like fighting with it. No, we get done with the ego that we don't have interest in it anymore. Like the ego is able to offer us the whole world, and we feel, I don't want this whole world. Because I don't want this very way of ego. I don't want this very vibration. I don't want this very, very state in which I come when I am in the ego. You know, so we have to develop taste for our true state of being. That is the the most important element of it is the sense of freedom. That I remain free. Free has many things in it actually. Just remaining free is not a small thing. Remaining free is also remaining having a sense of connectedness with the source of life, with the beloved Lord also. That element is there actually in it. It is felt somehow. Like we feel nourished, we feel fearless also in a way. Like we don't feel that fear or concern of maintaining my life also. So, those elements, those experiences when come together and we develop taste for it, we feel I want that life. I don't want this life in which I am the doer, controller, I can do whatever I want. But ultimately we see that I'm just suffering in it. I'm not able to actually create happiness out of my doings and maintenance and manipulations of life, no? So this is one thing I feel is very, very important. The second thing is connected to when we are identified. That time only awareness will help. Being aware of it, only that one thing. Fundamentally only one thing helps, that is being aware. In some way, be aware that I am identified, like this. Nothing else helps really.
But it is already so that everything that ego offers is suffering. But the difference is just that what I'm realizing is as if almost I choose suffering because the the beautiful states are like too much, too much love, too much beauty, too good, too. I don't even know how to. Yeah, I don't know if it's some fear of that or if it is. Yeah.
I would very simply tell you what I see in it, no? And let's see if it is useful for you. I think you should tell your mind right now that nice try, but I'm not going to believe it. Or this is what I'm saying to your mind. The sacredness of our being, or the sacredness of the being of the beloved Lord, is so simple that nobody can feel fear of meeting it, except when we are too acclimatized to the ego's way. So again the answer is same. Live the purity of your being more, so that the the imprints of the ego wash away from from your being, so that you don't feel afraid of the beauty of who you are. And also, so that the sense of choice towards who you are also completely is removed from you. We do not have a choice of being who we are. We may have choice in many things within the within the limits of the will of Lord, no? But we do not have a choice of who we are. And as if you are saying that I have a choice. Even if it is too bright, even if it is too beautiful to be who you are, do we really have a choice? And I'm speaking like this because I have gone through this kind of things little bit, like, or I have seen in others in some way, But I mean, so it's not a unknown thing on the path of awakening. It happens to us that we feel like it's too much. And I'm not saying meet yourself from this state or this place from where you are looking at it. Don't meet yourself from this place because you can never meet really, truly, or you cannot stay. Meet yourself from the place of simplicity, from the place of relax, ease of being. Living our own being is not a project in the sense of a attainment. It is a effort in the sense of clarity. But that clarity brings heaven in our life, once realized. You are going to laugh only, as you will realize that I don't have an option to be myself or not. So this is mind's projection on the reality of who you are, that it is too great, too beautiful, too bright. Actually, the reality of who we are is so much more ordinary in the sense of how much we can digest it or drink it or eat it. No, it's so simple. Like it matches so well with you, like a perfect match. One interesting thing I read recently, in some country, they have made or they are making speed breakers on the road of a very specific material which would not feel like a speed breaker to those who are moving slowly over it. Their vehicles, no? Their vehicle, they are moving slowly at a certain speed. It just doesn't look like a speed breaker at all because it behaves like water. But if you punch it, it feels like you have punched a stone. It feels like so. It depends on the speed or the you know is- speed of what like the tires hitting that. If you move faster, it will look like a stone. That time it will work like a speed breaker. No? So are you not facing the same situation inside you? Our being responds differently to different speeds at which we approach it. Try to adopt the way of the being when you are coming home. We learned this in Dhyan and Satsang, by the way of the being. And then you will just not feel disturbances or like it is not going to repel you, throw you out. You will not feel hit by something or. Because this is the biggest contribution of Satsang, learning the way of the being, which cannot be learned through thinking or practice. I think this example is good, no? This is a good example or no?
Yes, very good, because it comes to kind of like impatience or frustration with a, mm, slow movement or slow progress, and, Thank you.
Yeah. So you understood so well. Yes, yes. This is what it means. No? If you can be the slower than the slowest when you are coming to yourself, then you will find yourself one with that which exists inside you. And very soon you will discover I am that which is not moving. No. You will feel, oh my God, only my attention was identified with that which is moving. I was never moving. What the hell? And I was trying to become one with this. But I'm myself already. I have been all the time myself. You know, you will just wake up. This is what is waking up. You will just wake up. I don't have to come to myself. I can never come to myself. I just have to stop looking at things. Like learning to close your eyes for a moment. Meditation is just learning to close your internal eyes for a moment. Then just remaining. Now remaining as who you are, remaining with the ability to know also, which is present here, not trying to withdraw any other ability that we use to know the word, the body, mind, or anything. Remaining as the being, living as the being in the way of the being only. Feeling the being through the ability of the internal ability of the being only now. Which feels more like silence. But it is such a perfect silence, such a alive and joyful silence that no experience, no joyful experience can match this beauty. Thank you. Very nice talking to you. So in meditation, we are not only we are learning to not go out. Don't do anything means don't go out. And also we are learning just sit. Just sit means don't try to go in. Don't try to go in. Just remain where you remain. Just remain as you remain. Don't try to go in, but also don't go out. So don't do anything means don't go out, but also don't go in. It's a very fundamental learning, no, for us. It takes some time. It's okay. Everybody takes some time. It's all right. Thank you. Deepa, if you are still here.
Namaste, Rajee. Yes, I'm still here. Sorry, I have bad internet. That's why my video is not turned on.
Okay.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.
I have something to report. I don't have any question. In past satsangs, you've mentioned that life is a cosmic joke.
Cosmic
I-
joke.
Yes, I feel the joke is on us.
Joking on us.
Yes, because it's we who have created all this mess. Nobody's doing anything to us. It's me who is doing anything and everything to myself. And when you're talking about breaking all the fears, the problem is 10% and 90% we are suffering because we have identified ourselves to that problem to that level that even Osho says that किसी चीज में रस लेना तो हमने in that particular situation we have given so much value to our pain that we are still living in that pain for no reason, but the pain is not there actually. It's all in our head. And if you are in that situation, in current scenario, because life keeps on revolving around the things which we have only done in our past. We only created it, and if we are poured into those situations, it's an opportunity to get out of it every single time. Suffering is not suffering, it is just opportunity. That's what I feel.
Actually, your direction of looking is very correct. Um, let us try to understand growth in a way, growth of a being, of a soul in life. How it happens? It happens through this approach only, no? Which you are talking about.
Yeah. Like, it's just that you have to, just, zoom out of it and then see nothing is there actually, The moment is gone. The situation is gone. Why do I have to think about it? Because it's gone.
Yes, yes.
And if I be in the present moment and just enjoy it, if somebody is making a joke, even it's, the joke is not appropriate, still it's a joke. Take it as a joke and then move on. Why do I have to, you know, identify myself with that joke? Because it is a joke at the end of the day. So, yeah, like that way, just trying to connect the dots, but I know that, I'm not doing anything. It's a divine power who is at work. I mean, this creation, this planet itself is so beautiful. So, we as a human being are so powerful creation. Nobody would have thought about it that, okay, this can also be done. But the divine power did it. And this planet is chaotic, yet not so chaotic in a way where, people are just, going haywire. It's a journey. I mean, I don't have words to express it at times, but I just get, goosebumps while just thinking about it. And wow, like we are not doing anything, and yet, the fears or all the seven vices we actually identify with ourselves, it's nothing. It's just, if let's say the magnetic force or the gravitational force is there on this planet, otherwise this planet will collapse, then what is there? Nothing is there.
True. You are right. It's true.
Yeah, then why do we think so much about everything, so much about every situation? Because we also don't know when everything is uncertain, so just be with the uncertainty rather than thinking about it. I feel this way. I don't know whether it's right or not. Need your inputs.
Uh, I feel that there is a life being lived collectively, whether it is at the individual level or universal level, whether at the level of divided souls or persons, individuals, or one soul and one being of life. So this is one life being lived. Another life is at the individual level now. Like, I am thinking like this, I am doing something like this, I have some outlook towards it. So I cannot comment about why do we do these things, or I don't want to comment about this. But if you want to talk to me, Deepa, we can talk. Like,
Sure.
present your point of view. Like, what is your question? If you bring it to me, I will be happy to talk about it.
I don't have a question. I just have a report, like I said. This is what I feel. It is, yes, it comes in phases.
It has a lot of things actually. I could not really summarize it so easily. Can you summarize it for me?
What I'm trying to say is that life is a cosmic joke. Yes, it is. And
Okay, point one.
and I feel that we shouldn't give so much stress or so much
You mean I shouldn't? Because I think you are again using we shouldn't. No?
yeah, I yes, I shouldn't give so much to any situation. just be in the present moment and just enjoy it all along, rather than, you know,
Meaning, when you are saying I should not, it means that you are not really doing it right now. No?
there are phases to it where I get into it and get out of it.
And why would you like to explore this? Why you do this and why you don't?
So there are moments when, you know, you have been in a situation where, you know, in the past, obviously, you know, identifying from the past, not from the present at times. You know, let's say somebody has scolded you for no reason in past, and then you are in a same situation. The person is not scolding you, but that fear comes in at play, and then you just give in to the fear. And, you know, after, I'm talking about my experience, what I have observed. After some time, I just, you know, made myself aware that why am I thinking so much? Nothing is happening right now. If that, whether that person is coming in front of me and scolding me, no. But why am I giving into that fear and, you know, making myself agitated for no reason? And then I get out of it. That way, are you able to understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Now I am able to. See, what I see in it, I will just share with you, and let's
Yeah.
see if it can be useful for you or
Yeah.
not. What I see in it is that basically you are remaining in the circle of being a person and experiencing being in a experience and out of it. But while fundamentally you are remaining in a person state, no? And
Yes.
what we are doing here is not really how to refine, how to make our life better while living as a person. Here what we are doing is how to get out of being a person, no? Meaning we are not against a better life for a person, but we have found something, or we are interested in something much more fundamental, joy and bliss and the truth and the, you know, beauty of life, which is not available to the person state, no? So the approach will be different here, no? So what you are saying and what I am saying cannot match here in those minute details, no? But in this way it can match. So I can use this example that you are giving as an indicator that during these times I remain more strongly in the person state. Because
Yeah.
it makes sense that
Yeah.
when we are
Yeah.
beaten in some way, when we are feeling suffering or something, that time we find ourselves to be more identified as a person. It's true.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely on point.
So the answer to it is actually for this particular thing is meditation, dhyan and satsang. Remain living in our own being. When we are living in the person state, we are agitated actually continuously. We have a very beautiful example. Like we long time back had a friend who that time we would not, like it was not common to buy cars, no, in Delhi also, not by common men so much. Then our friend had a car, a small car, no, it was Maruti 800 or something, no, like the first batch of it or second batch. And they used to drive the car like bikes on the road, like so fast like this. And we were all surprised, like because we were coming out of that, you know, big car era. Then we checked with him, and he said that actually what happens is that when you sit in this small car, it feels very suffocating. Like internally, it feels like you want to just get out. And that's why you tend to run faster your car to reach to the destination and get out of the car. You know, like he was a very, you know, good mind, good observer. So he noticed like this. Something similar happens in the ego state also. When the soul is more conscious of its own existence, it starts feeling more suffocated in the ego state. That causes much more troubles in our life than the life situation or our abilities to meet it actually. And somehow we have to notice that unless I come to the joyful state of my being, I cannot respond to life well. Meaning, from the joyful state of my being, I can respond to life better. You know, this is what we have to understand, Deepa. Like from the agitated state of being, we cannot really we cannot be at our best. Even if we are very patient, even if we are very loving and kind towards people, still it will be we will be less kind. When we are suffering, when we are agitated, isn't it? This is the thing to be understood. Let's get out of the agitated state of the person into our true state of being while we continue living the personal life, meaning individual life. No? So individual life is not avoidable when we are living in the body. No, one like more or less, we are going to meet the individual life. No? It's just about from what place of being, from what ease of being, from what joy of being we live it. It's about that. And surprisingly, when we are more joyful, we are more forgiving also in a way, like more kind also towards people. Like even if we see clearly, like we have not become blind, we can see that this being is being too personal, like too cunning, too clever, but yet somehow we feel like ignoring, like it's okay. Like our heart does not close really. Like once our heart opens up and the love start coming out of it, it doesn't close. Even for beings who are cunning and clever, even towards us. This is I noticed also. And that's a very beautiful thing, which a person state cannot understand the importance of it. But the beings, all of you can understand. No? Because the more light of my Lord flows through your heart into this world, the more your being washes away of, like, all that which was old washes out. Like it's just washed away. You feel so pure, so joyful, so beautiful. Already, regardless of what will be the outcome of the response or interaction with life. No, that is all secondary, like a secondary thing now. Primary is that joyfulness of the being. Otherwise, in the person state, not only we are agitated, we are also trying to use the interaction with life to remove that agitation in some way, at least to numb it, to cover it or something. And that becomes a very difficult situation. The answer for me, like in this context, the answer is this. So Deepa, I hope it is clear.
Yes, yes. Every single point makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Thank you. How nice.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
I have one more thing to say.
Yeah, sure.
Like, at times I wonder that, there's this movie PK. Have you seen that movie?
I have.
Yes. So we feel that, like, I feel that we came into existence in the similar way,
Meaning,
but
give some reference to those who have not seen it. No?
okay. So this movie is about, a person coming from basically a person coming in a UFO coming from another planet. He's not aware about whatever this planet is. He doesn't speak, but he comes here, learns everything, and then becomes part of this planet. So in a similar way, though our limitation is that we were born through the five elements, through our parents, so we are part of this planet in a way, like such a beautiful creation we human beings are. So that's where it all started. But do we need to go back there and understand, okay, yes, we came from here, that it is all about, journey back home. Is this the way? Or it is just that realizing and being in the present and living it?
Are these two things? Meaning, I'm just trying to understand how these are two things. No? Because all the truth is in one basket. No?
Yes, yes, you're right.
Once we start realizing who we are, once we start being in the present, basically we start facing the truth. And the facing the truth, we will experience differently based on where our eyes are looking at. If our eyes are too much out, then we will start seeing the truth of manifested life, body, mind, people, no, more and more, which our mind mostly will not be able to handle, by the way. Because our mind is prepared for very limited and filtered version of reality. And all chances are that if we start remaining in the present, we will start sensing our own existence also, which is the hope for rootedness and stability. So we will basically experience the truth. I'm not saying what truth. Truth, just one thing. Okay, that truth includes our existence also, as the eternal existence. It includes our existence in the body also. It includes that we were born also out of 5 elements, out through our parents also. So build that. It will include all of this also, no? So in time we will know all these things or not. How we can escape any of it? No?
Yes, there's no escapism, there's
Yeah,
just
yeah,
coping mechanism we have created all this while, right?
yeah.
Thank you so much, G.
You are. I just out of love, or I have a deep respect for all of you, for who you are truly. No, I want to say like this. My heart is saying like this, that तुम in Hindi I will say first, no, तुम वो अजन्मा हो जो शरीर में जन्म लेने की वजह से ये मानने लगा है कि मैंने जन्म लिया है. You are that unborn who, by taking birth in this body, has believed that I was born, has started believing that I was born. You were never born. You were never born means you have never left the place of your being. Never. You have never left the place of your being. So you were not born actually. You were never born. Never. You experienced being born. We have experienced being born. And that's why we have to return there when I was born, to know that I was not born. Or when I started knowing that who I am, who is not born, these things will become visible to us in a way, directly or indirectly. Directly means like going back to the, to the backward journey in the life of Deepa, or indirectly having clear sense that yes, what it is. So thank you, Deepa.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being there.
It's a beautiful forum in which we are, no? Where we meet every time, no? Where the beings are meeting, not persons are meeting. No? It's a beautiful place. I feel very happy to meet all of you in these meetings. No? Thank you. I think it is Stephanie who wrote that, beloved, so much gratitude for you and all the participants. Such immense blessing. This satsang is again like answered prayer. I am in ebb. Have to leave soon. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Stephanie, this is the cosmic joke. Like one part of it in a way is that the one who is living in satsang, exploring the truth of who I am in satsang, already knows who I am. The self which is trying to realize itself through satsang already is self-realized. There is no incompletion in it whatsoever. And yet, it is believing that I am incomplete, and then it is trying to discover that I am complete. This is the cosmic joke. But it's a sacred cosmic joke. It's not something useless, like as mind may think sometime, no? Ego mind may think sometime. No, it's something more sacred. This cosmic joke is more sacred than anything else in this world, actually. Okay. All the other things are useless in comparison to this sacred cosmic joke. Meaningless, not useless but meaningless. This cosmic joke, even if it is joke, so meaningful, so significant. So both the things are true, that we are the perfect self, and also we are experiencing ourselves to be not perfect. Both are true. And we are just trying to identify with only one, or we are remaining one, identified with the incomplete one only. As soon as we start discovering the complete one also inside us, the imperfection will not vanish because it is part of the divine play. But just that we will become free from suffering about it now. Now we will not suffer from our spiritual growth or growth in life anymore. We will rejoice in it now. We will cooperate with it like a seed start cooperating with the soil and with the gardener now. Like, let me open up as per my destiny. Like in the hands of Lord, like this. This is what it means to be in the will of God. We don't disappear suddenly. I just felt like, thank you, thank you. Sudhanshu, you wrote, Namaste Rajee. Your presence as being feels synchronous to being as myself. जीवन में आपका सानिध्य मिला यही बहुत है. धन्यवाद. Thank you. हाँ हाँ हाँ. Sudhanshu, slowly we will realize that in satsang we are not being taught something new. That okay, take this project and start this new work now. No, we are more invited to see everything in the true light of being, from the more stable place of our being, so that things become clear to us what is going on. One interesting thing about I heard from a beautiful teacher. He said that one thing very strange and beautiful about awakening is that when you wake up, then you see that everything was already happening and flowing in the perfect way. It's a very insightful thing that everything was already happening and flowing in the perfect way. Everything was perfectly flowing already. I know it's so difficult to accept in the personal mind, especially where we are suffering. What are you saying? A perfection of life is not an option. Waking up to it or remaining asleep to it are options. Because my life is not in my hands really, of the individual self. Entirely. It is part of a bigger life called that flow, which comes from the source of life. So thank you, very nice. Diva, you can talk also.
So, Rajee, I had initially raised my hand due to the invitation for participation, and there are two things that surfaced during as we were flowing through the meeting or during the flow of this satsang. One thing is that I noticed that the way the satsang flows, even if there is a lot of movement of the mind, and there is a lot of stirring that happens. But with the flow of satsang, everything seems to just become quiet. So if I come to the present moment, then the question, the original question, though it is still there, I am not sure if that is something, like, to me this came as a question right in the moment, that at the present moment the question is diminished. So what does one do? This is my first question now, that what does one do in such a situation where the fact hasn't changed, that there is involvement and identification with the mind, and yes, we are following this approach where you don't do anything as the satsang proposes, and and the tripping always happens. You trip off and then you get up and then you start to meditate. But if I come to this moment doesn't have that moment. So then, how does one participate? Like, this is my current question. Being in queue for the question, everything just changed. So how does one participate in this kind of a situation in satsang with you? So that's my first question.
I'll try my best to answer. Let us see. This, what you are saying itself, is actually something we should notice more deeply and clearly. It is like satsang is trying to offer us a different way of being, a deeper way of being. It is trying to offer us a opportunity to discover ourselves as something deeper, which where we don't have questions really, where we don't have connected struggles also. So this is what the satsang is offering us. That's why when you, the being, is really open and ready for the truth, for the joy, for the freedom that you are, then you get in sync with it, with this vibration of satsang, and through that you come back home to yourself, no? Where you don't have questions. So this is that fundamental thing that should be observed by you more clearly now. That, aha, this is what happens actually. That when my desire to live as my perfect self, as the peaceful, joyful self, takes over too much, then I kind of tend to not attend my questions so much that time. Although in the background, because of the habit and because of being involved with the life and getting caught up in it, that sense remains inside me. You know? So I think you can be more stable and wise or clear seeker maybe now here. That you can divide time. That, okay, declare to yourself that, okay, this time is just being for being absorbed in the satsang, in the joy, you know. Like, this is nice, you know, like this. And back of the mind, just keep one alarm that, okay, when I feel important, and there is a possibility that whole of the satsang you may not feel that. But then you have chosen to rejoice in the joy of being and truth of yourself or not, which is also not a bad deal. No? Because how many places on earth are there where you can find that place of being where you not only have answers, but also you don't have questions. No? Very few places, no? Which can actually enable us to come back to the original state of being. There are many places where we can get answers of our questions actually. No? So this is the primary purpose of satsang, to enable us to come back to our true state of being. No? Where we don't really have questions because we don't have problems. Because life is not a problem. Because life is not something an individual self has to deal with really. No. And then when you feel that I'm not kind of connecting to that pure vibration of being, or I'm not remaining in the purity of my being through the support or vibration of satsang, that is the time for questions. No? Best could be noting down also. You can write down, no? So that they don't need to be kept in the mind. No? So that we remain totally free. That, okay, if I feel, I will look at the paper, I will ask the question. If I don't feel, Like this maybe you can refine or no. What do you feel?
This is actually quite surprising for me because that's what I did in today's satsang. I had a paper and a pen, and as the feeling came, I just put it down on the paper, and that actually brings me the environment of satsang. That actually brings me to my second question. That you mentioned during the question from Rajee, you mentioned how one can avoid coming into a situation where the stirring is happening, and how does one still stay fully present in satsang? And you said that one will need to keep a key, that when such a thing happens, you just don't do anything. And the other thing that you said is be more and more into the space, like whenever you are by yourself, just be in the space of being. Meditation, that's how I heard it. I have been doing that, and however, my observation is that as I am becoming more sensitive or conscious, I can feel that even if the stirring is not so much, but the tightness can be felt more intensely in satsang environment. So this is the environment which is a more like a live wire for me. It shakes me up. So like I have heard masters speak like this also, that this is one environment from where sometimes you'll even feel like running away. And it's because even if I have practiced or sat in meditation and all, but maybe the sensitivity is higher and the stirring happens, even if I follow the pointers that I let it happen and all, the time is getting shorter. However, there is mild physical impact that I feel during the satsang, like an urge to get up, that kind of thing happens. So Rajee, is there another, like, is this something that happens and it will wear off gradually, or there is a direct way?
Both are true,
Like,
actually. Both are true. Yeah, you were saying something?
so when you say both are true, meaning what? That this is a gradual wear off, and
This is a gradual wear off also. Let's say you have the feeling that I'm being benefited in satsang so much more that the sense of struggle, that sense of feeling to stand up or to do something, to suffocation is not so much. Then satsang only, coming to satsang, remaining in satsang only can take care of it. No? And it will gradually wear off by itself. No? But if it is a lot more than usual, no? Then something else also can be done. We can take our energies of body mind together as a whole, individual energies, to be like a horse. Okay. Now you, the rider, has come to satsang. And wherever you go, your horse also goes. Because you cannot be separated in this life right now. No? But your horse does not like satsang. No? Because it likes to run. Energy body. We have an energy body. Individual self is an energy body. Many bodies or many layers, but so energy like to flow, move, do something. No? So your horse does not like it. So what can be done is that you understand the importance that right now I cannot allow my horse to move. So in satsang, I will allow or invite my horse to just remain quiet. And I will not attend the requests coming from my horse right now to move. However, after satsang, I will allow my horse to run as much as I can. That is the second part of solution. like doing some some activities to exhaust our energies, which are creating sense of suffocation, that they want to express themselves in a way, but without being personal about it. Like in an impersonal way, finding an impersonal way, a way where we don't interact with anybody. The best way is to not interact with anybody, but more expressing those energies, so that the horse will be happy after that. No? So, is it understood?
Yeah, yeah, Rajee, I feel the benefit. I did the first step, which you have said, that just don't do anything, and everything can go around me, but I can just not give it any value and just not move. And that is something which in a way, I feel that satsang is the environment, because it just pushes it just pushes to the limit, and each time the limit seems to be broken in a way. So there is some sort of freedom also in that okay, now it's like building the spiritual muscle. Sometimes Guruji uses that term, building the spiritual muscles. So yeah, it does help. And the second part, yes, that's something which I have not explored, but I will explore it. And yeah, so yeah, I can do that. Huh.
See, the normal flow. Let's say, what is the individual is not only the kind of a packaging, energy packaged in it in a way, consciousness, individual consciousness, but it also has patterns. Patterns means like a certain way of flow, energy flow. When that energy flow, that set way of flowing energy, is not enough to exhaust the extra energy, let's say, extra energy is moving, extra energy movement is happening, let's say. If we are not able to, if that is not able to dissipate that extra energy, then something else has to be done. For example, what is burping? Do you know what is burping? Burping is when the, the body is not able to handle that much thing, then it has to do something extra, no? Like an extra activity, which is more involuntary. No, it's not like we choose to do it. So, if our present system, how it is generally, like general system means the way every whole day our system functions. If that flow is able to take care of any extra energy which will arise inside us, we will not need to do anything extra activity for it, no? But if not, then that is going to put a load on our system and we will experience stress of it. Now, either we do something with that extra energy or that extra energy is going to do something with us. No? We have only two options. Now we don't have a third option. We cannot ignore it now. Please understand this. Now the ignoring part not so easily will work for us. So then, we can choose. No?
That is so true, Raji, because I feel that's what has been, this is the extra energy. And thank you for the step 2 or the part 2 of this, because in my case at least, it is the extra energy and I need to exhaust that energy because of the change and the shift in lifestyle. I feel that is not getting fully exhausted, and it has started to surface in satsang environment. That is, I can see that now so clearly. So step 2 helped me. Thank you, Rajee.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, this is not something so big really, fundamentally, if we look at it. Like, let's say I eat 3 chapati every day for many years. If I eat 4 one day, what will happen? No? Obviously, it is going to put more load on my system. No? And some symptoms will come out of it in a way. No? Some uneasiness, heavy, feeling sleepy or something. No? But there are a lot of energy which is packaged inside us, unconscious and suppressed in a way. not suppressed in the bad sense, but just packaged, like contracted. When we start waking up, that energy start also opening up in a way. Where it will go? It has to go out, like this. So thank you.
Thank you, Raji. I feel this is a step forward for me because this was so far whatever you mentioned and through the meeting, and that is something which I have lived. That's my first-hand experience of all the keys that you dropped today in the meeting, and I feel this is something which is very valuable, and
Yeah.
I'll bring it to practice. Yeah, thank you so much, Raji.
Thank you.
It was
Thank you.
worth the wait. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's very good. Let me say again what is the importance of Pravat Shuddhi. Pravat means morning, Shuddhi means purification. It's more of a attitude, not really a set of exercises. What I share is understandings. I don't share exercises really. Exercises come out of it maybe, but So Pravat Shuddhi is understanding I'm trying to convey to the beings that you are, that you have to adopt some kind of way of removing what is extra in you, which is like a dust in you, like a heaviness, heavy energy in you, through very simple things like pranayam, yoga, or meditation in the morning, like really creating a circle of activity, like a cycle of activities in the morning every day, not waiting that okay, when I'm feeling heavy energy, that time I should do it. No, more like creating a system which is going to burn whatever is extra and going to convert it into strength, into something good for us. No? Because energy inside us can only do one of the two things. Either it can become our strength or it can become our weakness, like sickness. No? Either it is contributing in our flow of body mind when we do something, or it is against it. No? That energy which can merge with our central flow of energies of body mind will get merged, like when it is extracted through the Pravat Shuddhi. Whatever is the garbage energy will be thrown out, no? Like this. So that's why Pravat Shuddhi is a very important thing to be understood. It's more of a daily thing, not like a solution for a remedy for a problem. So I hope that it will be understood also. Thank you.
Thank you, Raji. Thanks to you so much. So much. Thank you.
So we have gone through many different phases in this satsang today. It was very beautiful for me. But I feel that without feeling and living the presence of truth, presence of Lord, no, this satsang will be incomplete. I feel like this. In the end, let us live a little bit, no? Where we are not doing something so much. It's not so much of a guiding, but more of a state of prayer, no? Where I'm just going to share as I feel, and you may feel like connecting or joining or remaining, in this. Oh beloved Lord, I don't know really that how to connect with you, how to benefit from your grace, from your presence, from your kindness and love towards me. Please help me. Please guide me in this direction. Because without your help, I cannot even benefit from your grace, from your kindness, from your love. I am asking for your help. Show me what I am missing. Show me my blind spots. I know you are the bliss itself. You are truth itself. You are life, aliveness itself. And I have lived separate and away from the pure aliveness, from pure joy enough. Now I want to come back to the beauty, to the truth, to the real celebration that life is, to the divinity and sacredness that you are. I do not want to follow my desires because I do not know who I am. I cannot follow your desires because I don't know who you are. But I pray that you intuitively guide me from inside. Because now I know that when you guide me, I don't feel doubt. It is so one with my being that my being starts following so simply. And I just feel more joyful, free from the burden of responsibilities, free from sufferings, like coming home, like like being born again, like a child, excited, free, empty, innocent, pure. So, beloved Lord, help me like this. And I thank you, O Lord, for everything that you have given. I may not have enough wisdom to appreciate what you have given me. Give me that wisdom also so that I can see really the significance of what is in my life. Because sometimes I may feel troubled by what I have, what you have given me. But I know actually in some way that it has to be important for me. That's why it is in my life. Thank you.